So first we will understand what is the syllabus for this test. For example, you will be having here Mauryan Empire, right? Mauryan, post-Mauryan. Then we have Gupta period and post-Gupta period, right? So this was basic syllabus for this test. Mauryan. Yesterday we saw all before the era before this Mauryan Empire, right? Up to Vedic literature or Vedic era. So Mauryan Empire, post-Mauryan, Gupta, post-Gupta. These were the broad topics. Otherwise, we were having Satavahanas also. So I'll incorporate everything here only. So Mauryan Empire, 324 to 187 BCE, right? Before Christ era. 324 to 187. Now you can have a list of important kings. So Chandragupta Maurya, who was also the founder of Mauryan dynasty. Bindusara and Ashoka. Right. There were later rulers also. Some later rulers or some other rulers. Right. But these were the main rulers. Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. You can remember the period also. 324 to 297 BCE. Bindusara period was 297 to 273, brief period, BCE. Then Ashoka, 273 to 232 BCE. These were the main rulers. These were the main rulers of Mauryan Empire. Then came post-Mauryan Empire. Post-Mauryan Empire from 200 BCE to 300 CE, Christ era. Means the transition from before Christ era to Christ era. Third century basically. So this is third century. So post-Mauryan Empire. Post-Mauryan Empire, that post-Mauryan era, there will be many dynasties. For example, Shunga dynasty. Then Shaka's dynasty or Shaka's ruler. Shunga, Shakas, Kushanas, Satavahanas. So what you have to remember is important kings. What were important change, social change happening in this period, or what kind of new policies brought by these rulers, right? So Shunga dynasty, important ruler was Pushyamitra Shunga. Pushyamitra, right? Shaka's ruler, important is Rudradaman I. Rudradaman I. Kushana's ruler, important is Kanishka. Kanishka. Satavahanas, basically, Satavahanas were also called as Andhras. Basically, they were in Maharashtra, Andhra, and some part of Karnataka. Right? Maharashtra, Andhra, and some part of Karnataka. They were from first century to 3rd century. First century BCE to 3rd century Christ era, right? Satavahanas broke down into 3 parts. Basically, Vakatka, Kadamba, and Andhra, also known as Ikshavakas. Ikshvakus, right? So Mauryan Empire. So this is Mauryan Empire. Important ruler Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, Ashoka, and some other rulers. Post-Mauryan era, you will see Shunga dynasty, important ruler Pushyamitra, Shaka's dynasty, important ruler Rudradaman I, Kushana's ruler, important ruler is Kanishka. Satavahanas were basically ruling over the region of Maharashtra, Andhra, and Karnataka from 1st century BCE to 3rd century Christ era or 3rd century. Satavahanas broke down into Vakatka, Kadamba, and Andhra or Ikshvakus, right? 3 dynasties. Now come to Gupta period. So Gupta period is from 300 century or 3rd century to 550, right? 550 or 600. So Gupta period from 300 to 550 Christ era. Mainly it was in UP and Bihar, first established in UP and Bihar and later expanded in North India, right? Later expanded in north part, northern India, mainly UP and Bihar. Important rulers were Chandragupta I, because Chandragupta Maurya was there, so it is named as Chandragupta I, and Samudragupta and Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II, right? These were important rulers. Then came post-Gupta period, right? Now, these were mainly happening in northern part of India. Basically, Satavahanas in Deccan part or little southwards, but something more was happening in southern part of India. Something more was happening in southern part of India. That is Sangam age. Sangam age. Mainly it is in southern part of India. It is also known as, there were 3 dynasties basically: Cheras, Cholas, and Pandyas. Sangam age, rule of Cheras, Cholas, and Pandyas. They were basically ruling over the region of Kerala. They were ruling northern part of Tamil Nadu, right? And they were ruling at southern part of Tamil Nadu, right? So basically, these rules were the part of syllabus for this particular test. What you have to read in this particular test, I'll tell you. See, Mauryan Empire, what kind of administration was there? What kind of official dignitaries were there? For example, what the Chief Justice would be called, how they were taxing, if a tax system is there, how they were taxing it, what kind of social hierarchy was there, Varna system was rigid or not. These things you have to study in Mauryan Empire. Then post-Mauryan Empire, you have to study how this Mauryan Empire will be disintegrated and how these dynasties will come, Shunga, Shakas, how Central Asian people will come and rule. They will intermingle with the Indian people and they will be given the status of Kshatriyas, right? So this is post-Mauryan period. Then Gupta period, where the temple architecture will go on its peak. So basically, you don't have to read everything with respect to art and culture here. There is a different test where you have to read about art and culture of Mauryan period also, post-Mauryan period also, Gupta period also. So there will be different tests. I guess test number 5 is there on art and culture part. So here we have to just know about rulers, what kind of important things were happening during their period, and if some literary source is there. For example, if an socio-economic and political landscape, right? So these we have to study in this particular test. What we will do, we will go for the questions, but this was the broad area, right? These were the broad topics. If online people have any doubts, they can also ask with the chat and chat, right? So this is the broad topic that we have to discuss today. Now let's come to questions. Let's see question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Mauryan administration. So number 1, Mauryan administration not only had centralized power, but also laid the foundation for unified and administratively efficient Indian continent. Yes, Mauryan was centralized power. What do you mean by centralized power? For example, this is the main capital and they have made some provinces, right? They have made provinces. Provinces will be governed by a governor, right? But they will pay tribute to king. They will be under the king, right? So this is centralized power. So earlier what we have seen in Vedic period, in Indus Valley civilization, there was no concept of centralized power. Basically, there were some different kingdoms, small kingdoms, right? Chiefdoms or kingdoms, but not like this centralized power. So Mauryan Empire was a centralized power, unified, because king was a monarch, right? So this is correct. Conducting census was a standard procedure. Yes, this was the characteristic of Mauryan Empire, that census was a standard procedure during their reign, right? So during Mauryan period, conducting census was a standard procedure with village official responsible. Basically, they were also keeping check on number of cattle people are having. So census of people, as well as in cities, they were having census of cattle also. Census of cattle as well, right? So this is also correct. This is correct. This is correct. Administration of capital was managed by 6 committees, each committee with 5 board members. So there were 6 committees to administer the capital, right? And the capital was administered by 6 committees. Basically, this committee on Indian arts, committee on excise duty, committee on manufacturing, supervision of manufacturing, etc. So there were 6 committees, and these 6 committees were having each 5 members, right? So statement 3 is also correct. So all of the above answer will be D. Now come to next question. That is question number 2. It is not there in question paper. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay, this is question number. With respect to again Mauryan administration, I got confused because Mauryan administration in first and the capital housed the Supreme Court with Chief Justice was known as Dharm Adhikaran. So see, this statement is correct, but there were 2 courts. There were civil courts as well as criminal courts. Civil as well as criminal. So for civil, it is known as Dharmadhikaran. Dharmadhikaran. D can also be replaced by T. So Dharma Adhikaran. And for criminal, the dignitary was known as Kantak Shodhan. For criminal, it was known as Kantak Shodhan. Kantak Shodhan, right? So this statement is factually correct, but for civil, the official dignitary was Dharmadhikaran. For criminal, it was Kantak Shodhan. For example, we have in today era also we have civil procedure code and criminal procedure code, right? So this statement is correct. At the village level, cases were settled by Gopa. Now I told you already that every empire you are reading, you have to know some official dignitaries, right? So Gopa was not settling at village level, rather Gramini was settling the cases at village level, and 15-16 villages combined together. Above Gramini, that was Gopa. Above Gramini, that was Gopa. So Gramini at village level and 15-16 villages, 20 villages combined together. Above Gramini, that was Gopa. So this statement is incorrect. Takshila, Ujjain, Tosali, Swarnagiri, Patliputra, these were important cities of Mauryan Empire. This statement is correct. So here statement 1 and 3 only, right? They are asking about correct statement 1 and 3. Answer will be C. Are you able to follow? Now, I already told you, if you are reading about any particular empire, history of any particular empire or era, there would be some literary sources from which you are getting information about that particular period, right? Or there will be some kind of architecture resources, archaeological resources, right? So this Deepvamsa, Mahavamsa, and Milind Panho, these are some Buddhist texts that give brief discussion of which of the following dynasty. This is about Mauryan dynasty. Mauryan dynasty is not in the option, so none of the above. Deepvamsa, Mahavamsa, these are Buddhist literature. This Milind Panho, this is Milind Panho is basically question answer. It is basically a Buddhist monk. Yes. Greek Buddhist monk was there. Sorry, Buddhist monk was there. His name was Nagsen. And Indo-Greek ruler was there. Buddhist monk, Nagsen, and Indo-Greek king was there, Milind. So this is basically in question answer, the dialogues between Nagsen and Milind, and it is known as Milind Panho, right? So this is giving information about Mauryan era or Mauryan period. Come to next question. Consider the following sources which gives the insight of the Mauryas, right? So again, literary sources. So Mudra Raksha text, yes, it is correct. Junagadh inscription, yes, it is correct. Milind Panho, just now we have seen it is correct. Nasik inscription is not giving information about Mauryan period. So what is Mudra Raksha? What is Mudra Raksha text? Basically, Mudra Raksha was a text written by Vishakha Dutt, and he is giving information. It was compiled after Mauryan period, but he was giving information about Chandragupta Maurya, how Chandragupta Maurya defeated Nanda with the help of Chanakya. So this is giving information about Mauryan period. Junagadh inscription, it is by Rudra. It is in the period of Rudra Daman I. Basically, Rudra Daman I. Junagadh, it is in Girnar, Gujarat, right? It is in Gujarat, and basically this Junagadh inscription is giving information about creation of Sudarshan Lake. Creation of Sudarshan Lake. This Sudarshan Lake was built by the order of Chandragupta Maurya. So this information we got from Junagadh inscription only. Milind Panho, now we have seen Nagsen and Milind. Nasik inscription is not giving information. Basically, it is giving information about Satvahana dynasty. So it is not related to Mauryas, right? So answer will be only 3. Answer C. Fine. Now come to the next question. Consider the following statements. In later years, emperor, it is asking about the religion that was followed by Mauryan kings, right? So it is asking about Chandragupta Maurya embracing Jainism, Bindusara Ajivika sect, and Chanakya was minister in the court of Bindusara or not. This statement they are asking. See, Chandragupta Maurya in his last years, he moved to Karnataka with a Jain monk, Bhadrabahu. And in Karnataka, and he practiced Santhara. Do you know Santhara? It is a Jainism practice. It is a practice in Jainism. Basically, they fast unto death that we say is Santhara, right? So it remained in news for some time. So Santhara is basically you are giving up on food. You are not having anything till you are dying, right? So this Chandragupta Maurya said to practice Santhara and he died in Karnataka. Bindusara, his son, followed Ajivika sect with his wife. So both followed Ajivika sect. Acharya Chanakya was minister in the court of Emperor Bindusara. Now you know that Chanakya helped Chandragupta Maurya to defeat Nanda, right? But he was present in the court of Bindusara or not? How you will come to know this? So when Acharya Chanakya saw that Bindusara, the reign of Bindusara is stable and political conditions are stable, then he moved to forest and he gave up on his worldly life, right? So Bindusara, he was present in the court of Bindusara. This statement is correct. He helped Chandragupta Maurya to defeat Nanda, and then he was present in the court of Bindusara also. When he realized that Bindusara is stable now, then the reign of Bindusara is stable, political conditions are stable, then he moved to forest, but he was present in the reign of Bindusara as well. So this statement is correct. All three are correct. Answer will be D, right?